doing a wee face for you there, folks. A wee funny face. I'm sure you'll all agree. Just to remind you all that there's more to life than looking good. Thanks very much for joining me once again. Now, as you'll see, I'm in different surroundings today. I would be out walking on the beach, but the authorities have come down hard on me. So I've been forced into the confines of my own house, which isn't such a bad thing. It's a lovely wee house. Now that I'm confined indoors, folks, I have to sort of change approach a wee bit of my broadcasts. But I do still intend on educating you and just filling you full of the knowledge from a big knowledge fountain. What I'm going to talk you through today, folks, is basically I'm going to just run you through a few of my stock covered basics here that I have in the house. I'm in the kitchen. I've got a few wee bits on my special table with all my wee bits and pieces on it here. So without further ado, I'm going to talk you through a wee bag of nuts. Here we have, here folks, is a wee bag of nuts. Now as you can see, these are Morrison's nuts. They're from their Savers range, but don't let that put you off, folks. These are every bit as good as the nuts you buy that you spend £10 on. Now nuts are a special thing for me. I was once sick on nuts as a child. I had far too many of them and I barfed up in the wee girl's basket that she had on her bike. I just ran away. Her parents later found out that it was me and they didn't like me very much for that. But that's another story, folks, and that's not what I'm actually here to tell you about. Just got a wee bit sidetracked there. Nuts, where are all the nuts, as the song goes, right? So nuts, basically, I put them in nearly everything. They're lovely, and particularly in a wee bowl of soup. They just give a nice wee savoury edge, and of course, the nice crunch, a wee bit of texture in there. Lovely stuff, nuts, lovely stuff. Next thing I want to talk you through is peas. Now I've got some peas here. Sometimes I use the frozen peas. They're safely in the freezer with the door closed. I don't want to do any defrosting today, but it may happen at some point, in which case I'll probably do a wee video for you on that as well. Right, so here we go. Here we go with a petit pois. Being all a wee bit French on you, get a wee bit fancy, but don't let that intimidate you. We're all friends here. Peas are lovely wee things to eat. Now, I've always loved a pea, but peas can be a little bit dangerous as well. Now, you don't want to eat peas more than once a week. I ate peas more than once this week, and basically it can cause a bit of a temporary deformation of the body. Now, you might notice I'm hiding my right hand a wee bit here, and it's for a very good reason, but I hope you're all sitting down, folks, because I'm about to show you something that's quite unpleasant here. I'm just going to lift the hand up and you'll see what's happened here. So I had peas more than once, and it's temporarily turned the palm of my hand into what resembles a big fat piece of ginger. Now, it's maybe not such a bad thing. I love a bit of ginger, and this makes it quite easy to just grate in directly into my food. It's also very nice if you want to stroke a dog but not get the smell of the dog directly on your hands. You can just wash it off with a wee piece of ginger, wash it very easy, or perhaps grate it off, but I wouldn't eat that bit, folks. What's all the more alarming though is the other minor deformation that it's caused me. I don't know if you've noticed, but gives me a bit of a lumpy back. I've got a big lump on my back there. Now I don't want to go out of the house obviously until that goes away, for fear that people will talk about me as Stephen with a lumpy back. That should be gone by tomorrow. I certainly hope so anyway. Right folks, just moving on here now. We've got this evil looking thing here. Now, I love a potato, I love a spud, but these ones, as you can see, have started sprouting. These can sometimes be found lurking at the back back corner end side of your goods cupboards. And but once you start going like this, folks, you better watch out, and you can't leave them alone to blossom and thrive with all this evil voodoo on it. What happens here, folks, is that basically you let these things run amok in your cupboards, and they start attaching themselves to the edges and the top, the sort of ceiling in the cupboard. Cupboard ceilings, very good growth area for these particular bits of nastiness. What happens is they start basically growing Brussels sprouts on the top of your cupboards, and no one really wants that. Why would you want that? Certainly not before Christmas, folks. One thing before I go here, because I'm getting to the end of the wee skit. I'm sure you sensed it. I've got this here stuff. Now this is called, you can just see that there, it's called Maggie's Liquid Seasoning. Maggie's Liquid Seasoning was launched in the mid-1980s by none other than Mr. Maggie from the Karate Kid movies. Now, Mr. Maggie, he basically he got a bit of a success thing going on from the Karate Kid movies. No one had ever heard of Mr. Maggie before, and that success afforded him the opportunity to launch his own seasoning brand, which apparently had always been his dream. So he waxed on and he waxed off until he came up with the perfect blend of various bits and pieces found in that sauce. And that sauce is pretty much good for just about everything you care to cook in your kitchen, particularly lovely on a wee scone. Folks, I think that brings me to the end. I'm a wee bit exhausted now, and obviously I've got to let this sort of self out and get rid of my lumpy back. So I'll be doing a few wee exercises today, and I've got no option but to grate a wee bit of ginger into my dinner of the night. So thanks very much for watching again. Keep the comments coming in, and I'll get back to the research now. I'll be back with you tomorrow. All the best.